a Rockingham County man accused of abduction and impersonating a police officer, had a bittersweet day in Rockingham County Circuit Court today. 36-year-old Igor Dulo was scheduled for a bench trial in front of Judge T.J. Wilson for 3 charges. One of those charges, abduction, is a felony. Before trial, Dulo surprised the courtroom and pleaded guilty to 2 misdemeanor charges, one for impersonating a police officer and the other for driving without a license, leaving his fate on the more serious felony charge of abduction in the hands of Circuit Court Judge T.J. Wilson. According to prosecutors, on March 24, 2017, shortly after 8:30 in the morning, Dulo motioned for Rockingham County resident Larry Davis to pull over on this stretch of highway on Port Republic Road. Davis pulled into Hose Company No. 4's parking lot, and Davis claims Dulo pulled in behind him and got out of his black Buick with an unleashed canine companion and declared that he was an off-duty police officer. According to Davis, when he asked Dulo to call for backup, Dulo got back in his vehicle and pulled off. Dulo claimed that it was Davis that motioned for him to pull over after a traffic maneuver. Dulo claimed that the only reason he said he was an off-duty police officer was because he was scared that Davis wanted to fight him. Dulo claimed that Davis was cussing and acting erratic. After a 2-hour trial, Judge T.J. Wilson stated that the victim was credible and that Dulo was deceptive, but that the prosecution had not proved beyond a reasonable doubt and met the burden of proof to prove that Dulo was guilty of abduction, and found Igor Dulo not guilty of abduction. In the courtroom, in support of Dulo, were over a dozen family members, including his wife and 3 young daughters. During the sentencing phase for the 2 misdemeanors, Dulo's wife testified that Dulo was a good provider and was needed at home, both financially and emotionally. Judge T.J. Wilson laid down the hammer and sentenced Dulo to the maximum sentence of 12 months on each misdemeanor for a total of 2 years in jail. In open court, the prosecution declared that Dulo's troubles are far from over and that they have plans to indict Igor Dulo on a Class 6 felony charge of failure to appear, which, if convicted, carries a sentence of up to 12 months in jail or 1 to 5 years in the penitentiary and a $2,500 fine. In Harrisonburg, Theodore Whitelow for Breaking Through.